I did write some notes, and I'm calling this a truthy tale of Tom Benning. I want to tell you about my friend, former student, but I want you to bear with me if you would, because I've jotted these notes from memory, and I'm getting old, and my memory is not as good as it used to be. So let's see. A sweaty Sunday in August in '05. Tom Benning pulled up outside the law school on his Harley. He was clad head to heel in Tennessee leather, a cigar clamped in his teeth, the stifling heat he was complaining about, and also about how he's ticked off because he wasn't going to the Burning Man festival. Outrageous, he said, handing me his helmet. This was freshman convocation. Benning was a McNair scholar we had plucked from the Knoxville Fort Hills, and I was to be his mentor. You're thinking, oh, like Don Juan and Carlos Castaneda? No, more like Sancho Panza and Don Quixote. As I would learn, he was a man on a mission. Actually, none of that is true. Benning, that was the form of address he preferred, had been on the road all summer. He was taking a break from his usual summertime gig at the Knoxville News Sentinel, where that pugnacious teenager was known as Kid Benning. That summer, the born adventurer that Tom was had hiked the length of the Appalachian Trail and explored caves in New Mexico, and had woven blankets with Hopis on a Navajo reservation and raised barns on Amish farms in Pennsylvania, and had begun work on an epic poem, Ode to the Volunteers. Truly unbelievable. Maybe I'm remembering somebody else. Anyway, Benning said he was somewhere along Route 66 in Kansas when the ghost of Hunter S. Thompson visited him in a vision quest dream and told him to quit wasting time. The ghost said there was truth to be uncovered, butts to be kicked, names to be taken. Quote, world leaders need to be held accountable. Get thee to USC. Benning came to us with 2 years of college credit from high school, stuffed in his saddlebags. He did tours of duty in student media. He co-hosted a sports talk show on campus radio. He served on the board of the campus chapter of SPJ. He freelanced a bit. He went to Australia for a semester, and I believe he bonded with Aboriginal tribes during a walkabout in the outback. I recall a Western Union telegraph from him that read, Wiggins, stop. Benning here, stop. Huge spiders, stop. But maybe that was somebody else too. Anyway, Benning is an ardent student of history. His senior thesis was on memorial markers on the State House grounds and at USC that were in need of modification or amending for the sake of accuracy. He spent hours in the library researching the periods in which the monuments were created and the deliberations regarding them. His work, which was titled Corrected Memory, a study of South Carolina historical monuments and markers, was recognized by the staff of the Thomas Cooper Library as among the best undergraduate research using library resources in 2009. Yeah, he's a hard worker, that Benning. Really values his downtime, especially his summers. He whiled away many lazy, sultry hours in Cleveland in '08 and in Dallas in '09, where he wrangled cushy assignments out of the Cleveland Plain Dealer and the Wall Street Journal. The Dallas Morning News hired him for that backwater Washington, D.C. bureau in 2009. And he's been with that paper, but now in Dallas since then. Okay, let's see. Visionary adventurer, defender of truth, afflictor of the comfortable. Oh, yeah, he's a humanitarian. Yeah. I recall getting a text from him while he was ballooning with the Dalai Lama in Nepal. Wiggins, Benning here. I think I have this world peace thing figured out. Smiley face. Recent events would suggest he's got more work to do. Benning's first forays were in sports writing, but since then he has covered business, politics, the vagaries of regional transportation. He routinely finds really amazingly compelling personal stories within all the policy and bureaucratic finagling. Speaking of which, Benning was assigned to the Rick Perry presidential campaign in 12, and at his termination, he began covering the installation of the George W. Bush Library and Museum in Dallas, which of course meant getting to know the former president. Well, while out biking with President Bush and his entourage, Benning took a header off of his bike and broke his collarbone. A few days later, Benning gets a call on his phone at the office from the president. "Benning, Bush here. What happened?" I'm pretty sure that's true, that story. He's tireless, he's intrepid, he welcomes challenges, he suffers fools reluctantly, which is kind of a problem because he covers City Hall. And he's incisive in his assessments. I received a carrier pigeon message from him once when he was training for the Tour de France in France. "Wiggins, Benning here. This is killing me. They need to pick up the pace." Well, Benning couldn't be here tonight because he is newlywed, and I believe he and his bride, Elena, are camped on the banks of the Ganges. From there, they will be hiking the Great Wall, and then it's off for spear fishing in the Marshall Islands, and then sailing across the Pacific back to the States on a pontoon made of reeds. Okay. My memory might not be what it was, and some of what I've shared might be, well, suspect. But this you can take to the bank. Tom Benning is the real deal. And he sends his regards and thanks to everyone here. He might not be Indiana Jones, but he is among the best of what we produce here at the J School. I've had a little fun with him tonight, and he signed off on all these remarks, by the way. But I am truly honored to know him and to have worked with him here, and I value his friendship greatly, and you can believe that. Thank you.